As history has shown, resource abundance has proven harmful in every country, all with varying degree. This is called the resource curse. Just 10 companies control 68% of the world's oil reserves. 9 out of those 10 top oil reserve holders are state-owned national oil companies which were nationalized in 1970. The same 8 out of 10 largest oil producers are also NOCs. As of 2005, the top 5 producing companies are Royal Dutch, Shell, ExxonMobil, British Petroleum, Chevron Texaco, and ConocoPhillips. Is it a coincidence then that from January of 1970 to August of 2007, ExxonMobil stocks have increased 4,262%? The current oil industry is an oligarchy, comparative advantage is non-existent, and there is no free market. Comparative advantage should be the most fundamental concept in international trade, but is not being practiced. By example, ExxonMobil has operations in 96 countries, British Petroleum in 68. Having 96 and 68 countries produce the same product does not reflect a comparative advantage on a global scale. Under free market conditions, supply drives price. What's occurring is that the many dimensions to price are driving supply, as dictated through a top-down controlled process as soon as the oil is extracted. The prices are set between the International Petroleum Exchange and the New York Mercantile Exchange. Under 1981 prices, the U.S. had 324 refineries operating. As of 2005, only 148 are in operation. Inefficient pricing to the latter extent incurs double inflation. The first component to double inflation is compound growth. It is the systematic and exponential inflation over time. The other component, which increases the already compounded price further, involves risk, priority, duration of utility, niche scarcity, contract, availability, and demand for production, also known as the dimensions of price. The non-oil dependent provinces experience the opposite. Because of the increased value of the Canadian dollar and Dutch disease, deindustrialization is evident. The boom sector becomes transient and the bust economy slowly declines, but its real prices remain stable. Having both economic states exist in Canada creates many challenges and opportunities which must be solved responsibly. Restructuring Canada to act as one and in one boom economy will foster extended periods of growth and lessen the social, economic, and political inequalities that the curse causes. It is the federal government's responsibility to provide equality of opportunity. My one great idea to make Canada a better, stronger, and more prosperous country is to apply the concept of comparative advantage to the national economy. Instead of having north-south supply channels, mainly provincial, the government can alter logistics and production conventional structures to include the provinces that are facing diminished economies of scale, henceforth east-west supply channels. Provinces that have no real industry should be converted so that they will provide specialized production for Canada's prominent oil industry. This additional infrastructure can aid in the current oil production capacity issues such as capacity constraints and inefficiencies which augment double inflation. Centralizing production facilities on a national scale can clearly be more economical than implementing the extensive capital and infrastructure into developing territories and provinces. Implementing a national production strategy would increase national employment, help stabilize the economic inequalities of the provinces, help reduce the effects of double inflation, increase patriotism by uniting the country, and ultimately augment a world leader in efficient and sustainable economic performance and decrease capital costs. So long as humankind continues its fight to remain industrialized, the dependence for oil will not deter. I have a bachelor's degree in international business and supply chain management. My name is Heather Kilpatrick, and I'm 23. Thanks for listening.